Hello, today I'm going to talk about English as a lingua franca and English as a foreign language in educational contexts. Let's start with their definitions. We have EFL, which is English as a foreign language. It's the term used to describe the study of English by non-native speakers in countries where English is not the dominant language. Let's say Mexico. Here we learn English as a foreign language. Why? Because English is not an official language or is not commonly used here in Mexico. Here we speak Spanish or any dialect such as Mayan or Nahuatl, let's say. Then we have ELF, which is English as a lingua franca. It's a common language between people who do not share the same native language. Let's say that I speak Spanish and I'm talking to a person that speaks Portuguese, but neither of us speaks the other language, let's say, but we have a language in common, which is English, and that's when English is used as a lingua franca. Now we have that Jennifer Jenkins is showing us some differences between these two terms. For example, in EFL, if we use code switching or code mixing, it is seen as an error. It means that we don't know as much English as we expected. We haven't acquired the accuracy or the expected. But when we use those two terms, code switching or code mixing in ELF, it is seen as a bilingual resource. I'm going to tell you an example. Let's say that I'm in a EFL contest and I say I have 23 years old. Here I have interference from my native language, which is Spanish, and it's going to see that I don't speak English very well. But if I use the same expression in ELF, it doesn't matter. Why? Because I'm using my language as a support to speak English. So those are some differences between these two terms. What seems wrong in EFL is like it's help or it's correct in ELF. So let's talk about Brazil. They are changing into English as a lingua franca. Why? Because they are surrounded by non-English speaking countries, and they are trying to make their students more confident about their English. That's the reason they are changing into it, and it is helping them to acquire the language in a better way, because they are more keen into learning English now that they don't have those standards of sounding like a native speaker. And it will be really beneficial for Mexico to do the same, because if you have those standards of sounding British or American, it is very hard for you to keep learning the language if you don't see like a big progress, or if you compare yourself to a native speaker and you see that you don't have that English level yet. But we also have some downsides, which will be that we wouldn't learn the correct grammar. We wouldn't have that level of English in a short amount of time. I think it is very important that we learn about this topic and their differences and their importance, because it depends on the person that it's learning. You can choose if you want to sound native or if you just want to learn English to communicate and to know more about this language.